Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another gameplay video. Actually, we're going to watch the game today so I can concentrate on talking to you guys, just have some fun and hang out, and so you can see the game all the way through without me screwing up a million times. This is Dragon's Lair II Time Warp. Had a lot of good feedback to my gameplay, or watch play, I should say, video to Dragon's Lair, so I thought I'd do the sequel, Dragon's Lair 2. Dragon's Lair came out in 1983, the classic laserdisc arcade game that so many people fondly remember the animation, and a lot of people were frustrated by the trial and error gameplay. But it's great to look at, and more the same with Dragon's Lair 2 as far as the quick presses, the trial and error, either move right or left or whatever, or press the action button to use your sword. Dragon's Lair 2 came out in 1991, published by Leland Corporation. And it was supposed to be ported to several classic consoles, but it only made it to the CDI. And that version was excellent, plus you could collect items in it, so it had something original for the console, very cool. Now it was also ported to several computers. Dirk the Daring must rescue Daphne, and they are now married with children. Pretty cool. And once again, I thought I would check out Collecting for Dragon's Lair and Space Ace by the late great Syd Bolton. Just check out that book a little bit and read a little bit of it to you guys. He talks about Dragon's Lair and the sequel, Dragon's Lair 2, and another sequel, Space Ace. So he talks about some of the different versions of Dragon's Lair 2, like for Windows 95/98. He calls it, this extremely rare version of Dragon's Lair 2 was released in the smaller Spanish market just before FX Interactive released their version. This was essentially, this was the Spain region version of the game. PlayStation 2, Dragon's Lair Time Warp, released alongside the PlayStation 2 on October 26, 2000. This version was exactly the same as the previously released DVD version, except for the PlayStation 2 branding on the front. Originally retailed $29.95. Pretty cool. Yeah, later consoles and got the game, but back in the day, it was supposed to be on the Jaguar CD and some others, but just the CDI version as far as the earlier consoles goes.
Quick boy, through the glass.
Now at the back of this book, as I've mentioned in the Dragon's Lair video, it does talk about, it profiles different collectors, and I'm going to read portions of theirs just a little bit, because you guys know, it's Tales from a Retro Gamer is the theme of my channel, so you guys know I like stories. Check out the Alice in Wonderland stuff here. Dragon's Lair 2 is not as original as Dragon's Lair, obviously, because it's a sequel, and it does use some of the classic fairy tales like Alice in Wonderland and Sleeping Beauty, but beautifully animated. So as far as the collectors go, there's a guy named Tony Cortez in Kansas, and it says Tony played Dragon's Lair in 1983 when in 6th grade in Florida, and never forgot the magical experience of playing. What is most interesting about Tony's collection is that it has been mostly obtained in person at retail shops, flea markets, or garage sales. Probably should say and garage sales, but I get what they're saying here. It says he doesn't believe in buying items for his collection online, since he would never sell any items, and that he would never sell any items in his collection. He has no idea which ones are the rarest or most expensive. Sounds like a pure collector there that loves the thrill of the hunt, and not the hunt online necessarily. He loves finding stuff in the wild, which is tough. It's hard to find Dragon's Lair stuff out in the wild, in recent years. So that's pretty cool. So he must do a lot of searching. Steve Grunberger says he is pretty serious about his Dragon's Lair collection. Although he played both Dragon's Lair and Space Ace when they originally came out, it was his grandmother that actually inspired him to start a collection. That's interesting. So his mother passed away when he was 10, and he ended up living with his grandmother. She took him to the arcade and watched him play hours and hours of Dragon's Lair. What an excellent grandmother. And he got an arcade machine at 16, and he's been collecting ever since. Pretty cool stuff. Video games are more than just about fun for a lot of people. They're about, familial experiences, hanging out with your family and friends, and bonding over certain games. That's awesome. He bonded with his grandmother who encouraged his collecting. Very action-packed game, as you can see. A lot going on, very dynamic. It's action-packed visually, but you know, of course, you're just pushing right and left and action and whatnot. Pretty limited in terms of gameplay, but beautiful to look at. Which is why I'm in watch mode. Uh-oh, we got some Beethoven here. Let's find another collector profile here. Jason Finney Finn from Kent, England. Colloquially known as Finney, Jason Finn is a retired world champion BMX trials freestyler. He first played Dragon's Lair back in 1984, and it is by far the closest game to his heart. He has, however, publicly stated that he prefers the gameplay in Dragon's Lair 2. Very relevant for this video. Jason is not only famous as an athlete, but for having what was likely the most complete Dragon's Lair museum in the world. He's managed to collect virtually every arcade release of Dragon's Lair and many of the home releases. Although after retiring in 2010 and building a new home, Jason found himself in the unfortunate situation of having to sell the majority of his collection. Wow, that's always painful to have to sell the old collection, but you know, in life, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have to, you know, get rid of things you love just to basically to survive and, you know, have a place to live, to pay the rent and, you know, transportation and food and all that stuff. But hopefully he's gotten his, you know, his collection back since then and things have looked up. Hope you guys enjoy some of these watch, play, and gameplay videos. I sure have a lot of fun doing them. So, looking through here, let's go to Brian Drass from New Jersey. Working as a change attendant for Rogers Corner Arcade on the Boardwalk in Ocean City, Brian was fascinated by Dragon's Lair at first by its hefty price tag of 50 cents per play. He was amazed by the crowds of people who would watch others play. Now, my experience mirrors Brian's, except I was in a suburb of Fort Worth, Texas, where I just could not believe what the game looked like, how much it cost, and it was so cool that people would gather around to watch good players. Because a good player, you know, I saw some players that would play just a few times, and they would master the game. And I never beat this game in the arcades, unfortunately, but I did beat it here. I'm playing this on the Wii Trilogy disc on my Wii U, which is pretty cool. I love that the Wii U is backwards compatible. And I have beaten the original Dragon's Lair, not this game, but the original Dragon's Lair on the Wii, but never in the arcades. And it says, at first, he did the same until he got better at the game, as far as watching. And he drew crowds himself, what he estimates to be at least 100 people at times. Because some arcades would have a screen above the game, Dragon's Lair or Dragon's Lair 2 or Space Ace, where you could watch the game, because people would gather around and watch. Especially with the original Dragon's Lair. Holy cow. That was just, we'd never seen anything like it. You know, we were impressed by cartoon-like graphics in Popeye and Donkey Kong. But when we saw Dragon's Lair, holy cow, an interactive cartoon. Really amazing. Of course, a little disappointed once you realized you didn't have full control over the character. But it was still a blast to watch. And just gorgeous animation. I love Don Bluth. You know, I remember seeing Land Before Time in the theater back in the day. Just gorgeous stuff. And I just love animation in general. I love seeing animation in the theater and on these big screen TVs. Got some Sleeping Beauty action here. So got all kinds of references to fairy tales and pop culture and things. Which you could look at as a bit of a cheat as far as instead of having new content exclusively. But hey, no problem here. I think it's a lot of fun. Very dreamlike, very surreal and fantasy. Pretty cool. Sight for sore eyes after seeing that hag that was chasing Dirk. There you go. Everybody loves Daphne, especially Dirk. Good stuff, guys. Called in sick to work tonight, so I just wasn't feeling well, but still not feeling great, but good enough to do a game at least in a watch mode. Look at all those kids. She looks great for having all those kids. Must have adopted them all. Aw, they happily lived ever after. Hey, I'm a winner, even though I just had to watch play. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Maybe I'll play mode now, but just to myself, because I'm not great at it. But thanks for liking the video. Let me know in the comments. Did you play Dragon's Lair 2 back in the day? Pretty awesome stuff. Great looking game, and not as well known as the original Dragon's Lair. You know, everybody remembers the original Dragon's Lair. Not as many people remember Dragon's Lair 2 or Space Ace. So let me know in the comments just your impressions of Dragon Lair series. And if you played Dragon's Lair 2 back in the day. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and we will talk to you guys in another video. Peace out.